Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, and cross vouchers. This is your tarot reading for the week ahead, whenever you're finding it. If you're subscribed and you're watching along as I post, this will be for the week of April 8th to the 14th, 2024. We start this week off with a huge eclipse in Aries. We're in Mercury retrograde, and it's a powerful time. It's a very intense time. I would expect some pretty huge changes, no matter when you're watching this. Like, this is just going to be a pretty huge time. So, especially since Aries is a sister sign of yours, so I always find that people do better when the sun is in signs that share an element with your sun sign. So if you're a Leo sun, this will be a very positive time for you. But let's see what comes out. We're going to pull 6 cards, 2 rows of 3 from the After Tarot, and I'm putting them all face down, and we'll go through them one by one to see what's in store for you this week ahead. First card out is, oh my gosh, the Lovers. Leo, you dirty dogs. You are really connecting to soulmates. Okay, not even just romantic soulmates, but you may be attracting like your soulmate clients and customers, your soulmate friends, pets, family, friends. It's feeling really, really great here. And I noticed in the After Tarot, they're sharing this apple, and isn't that a whole thing? Like the apple gives them wisdom or whatever, and I don't know, stuff, things. I feel like you're connecting with someone who speaks your language, not in a literal sense. Like, you could be from different places for sure, but like, you just get each other. You understand each other. You feel comfortable with each other, and it's like you can talk about your most extravagant philosophies and insights and ideas, and this person isn't going to judge you. They're not going to be like, oh, that's not true, that's not real. Like, this is someone who believes you. I love that. We have, oh my gosh, Leo, the 3 of Cups. So happy. Such a happy week with you and friends and the people who get you. And there's going to be some sort of group get-together celebration this week for sure. It's going to be so happy. There could be drinking, music, dancing, something like that involved. And, you know, it doesn't matter if you're not even celebrating life and its pleasures. You could be celebrating the awful things that are happening, you know? This 3 of Cups happens regardless of whether it's good times or bad times. It is people coming together as a community, your closest friends and family, and really enjoying life to the fullest. This is Luna's tale. Okay. And I love that that's next to the Lovers card. Your heart feels to be really overflowing this week with just gratitude for the people around you. Oh my gosh, speaking of heart overflowing, Ace of Cups in reverse. It's so funny. Wow, first off, I'm a psychic. Did y'all just see that? I said heart or cup or something overflowing, and then we literally have a depiction of this cup of love and fulfillment overflowing with the heart right there. Wow. It is coming out in reverse, though, so that is really fascinating. Usually when aces come out in reverse, there's some sort of blockage here, and something's wanting to come forward. A connection is wanting to come forward. More love is wanting to come forward in your life. Soulmate connections are wanting to come forward in your life. The universe is trying to hand you loving experiences and opportunities, but you may be in danger of blocking them. So what I would 110% recommend to you guys this week is, if you get any invitations out and you're not really feeling it and you're like, well, I could do that, or I could sit on my couch with my cat and watch TV. Don't do the latter, okay? Go out, because it could be one of those moments where you almost didn't even want to go out, and then you go out and you end up meeting like the love of your life or your best friend, you know? Think about all the times where it's like, if you didn't do this one small thing, you wouldn't have met that person, or you wouldn't have had that opportunity. There's so many instances in your life where that's the case, and I feel like there's going to be some sort of event this week that will be like that, where it's like, if you go, you can end up meeting one of your closest friends, one of your best friends in this lifetime, one of your soulmates, okay, love of your life, or have some sort of major opportunity and blessing come forward for you because you went out. For example, maybe you decide to go out with your friends and you're drinking or whatever. You didn't really feel like going, maybe you're a little tired. But then there's a mutual friend there, and maybe you say like, "Oh yeah, I'm looking for a job right now, blah 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 blah." And they're like, "Oh, that's funny. I have this job that I know of that I could totally get you in at." And you're like, "Oh, that would be wonderful." And then you end up literally getting a wonderful job that you wouldn't have gotten if you didn't go out. So, moral of the story, go out this week. Second row of cards out, unless you're sick. We have the 10 of Wands in reverse here. Dropping the burdens. Dropping the responsibilities. I think the 10 of Wands is a lot more optimistic in the After Tarot because we actually see the moment here where the 10 of Wands becomes the Ace of Wands again. He was carrying so much weight on his shoulders, so much responsibility. I have to do this, I have to do that. And just totally overburdening himself with stuff. And then he's like, you know what, F this, screw this, drops 9 of them, keeps this one Ace of Wands, this one new beginning, very passionate new beginning, and he can travel a lot more lightly. I feel for some of you, you may be doing some sort of deep decluttering this week. And you know what's funny? This message has been coming out so much for so many signs for like weeks now. And I'm like, why does this keep coming out? So I feel like a lot of us feel the urge to declutter our stuff, get rid of a lot of stuff, but we don't. We keep ignoring that urge because we're too busy. You know, it's like that Buddhist saying, if you have no time to meditate, you need to meditate like 10 times more than the average person. If you have no time to meditate, then you really need to meditate. If you have no time to declutter, then you really need to declutter because you clearly have too much on your plate. So I am seeing that. Declutter your schedule as well as your home. We have the 8 of Wands in reverse. And you know what I just felt guided to talk to you about? For me, I added so many self-help and wellness things onto my schedule, but it's at the point where it takes up so many hours now if I do everything every day, and I find I can never do everything every day. For example, like I want to journal 3 pages a day every single day. I don't have the time to do that anymore. It really served me well this past year, though. Highly recommend that if you've never tried it before. And then on top of that, like I want to meditate every day, do a shamanic journey every day. I want to learn Spanish every day. I want to go to the gym every day. It's like so many of these things. They take hours if I were to do everything. And towards the end of the day, when I'm supposed to be doing it, I don't end up really having that much energy. And sometimes I just end up sitting on the couch and resting. And I don't shame myself for resting, but it's like, you know, sometimes you could be overburdened with good things, overburdened with things that really serve you well. So you may want to go through those things as well and ask yourself, which one do I really need right now? And understand that you can swap them out whenever. Like for me, I don't necessarily really need the journaling heavily right now. I'm not going through anything major. My emotions are totally fine. But I may need to be going to the gym a lot right now. Or I may need to be meditating a lot right now. I'll never give up on meditating. Like, anyways. Moving on, 8 of Wands in reverse here. This usually speaks of invitations out. Very busy, very hectic time. So I wonder if these two are in reverse because there's a lot going on in your life. And this also speaks to what we were just saying, like, if you get an invitation out. I can't talk today. I didn't drink any caffeine. This is day 1 of me, no caffeine. So if I'm all over the place and I can't talk, that's why. Okay? Anyways, if you get an invitation out, definitely take it up. But on the other hand, it's like, there's so much going on in your life. I could understand why you wouldn't want to take it up. But maybe the message here is that a lot of you have so much responsibility that you put on your own shoulders, but a lot of that responsibility is like self-help based. Maybe that's why I shared that with you. And like on your own, like you might have a lot of solo hobbies or solo things you want to do, and you're not really being a part of the world and the community as much as you should be. That could be lacking. And this week we definitely see community and love and soulmates coming up here, and your spirit guides are almost encouraging you to keep being a part of the world in this way and keep saying yes to going out and finding your people, enjoying life. But, also get rid of the internal stressors, the extra things that you have to do that make you feel like you can't do that. For example, maybe you have a house that's super like maximalist and it takes you a super long time to clean, like you got to declutter everything, blah, 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 blah. Try minimalism. Get rid of like 90% of your stuff. That'll simplify things for sure for you. Which brings us back to that message of the need to declutter. Wow. Or decluttering your schedule. It could even be like you just have so much booked up. Like you go to yoga classes, you take guitar lessons, you work, you have a side business you're trying to run, and it's just your schedule is so packed to the brim. And at this time there's a lot of magic coming in through your community and invitations out, like there's soulmates coming through, but is there enough space for them in your life? Are you even going to say yes to these invitations when they happen? I feel like that's why the Ace of Cups is coming out in reverse, because it's warning you like, hey, there's a high probability of you rejecting this opportunity when it comes forward this week. So make more room in your life for friends, for soulmates, for that type of energy is what I want to say. Balance those two worlds, your internal life and your goals, your spirituality, your physical health, your mental health, along with your social life and being a part of the world, getting out there, adventure. We finish off with Temperance. This card has been sneaking out in every single reading this week. You're not alone, guys. Luckily, yours is upright, which shows you do have control of your emotions here. Those emotions may be very strong. Not surprising, because this is coming out underneath the Ace of Cups. Okay, strong emotion. Oh, and we see here in the After Tarot, this angel is pouring out a cup of love, and that's underneath the Ace of Cups in reverse. So I am wondering if some of you spend a lot of time with a certain person or doing a certain thing that you don't necessarily enjoy. And with this message here of simplifying your schedule, maybe you are letting go of certain individuals or things in your schedule that aren't 100% fulfilling for you in order to make room for potentially even better things to come forward. So that's your overall theme for this week is what I would say. Definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs to get the fullest overview of this week ahead. Like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe to the channel if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there and spiritual life coaching sessions there, so check it out. Bye-bye.